Hey, welcome to Regaming. Now, it's been a little bit of a while since I've done a video, so apologise for that. I've had a few issues and with real life and a few bits and bobs going on, so to make sure I started a new job, so nice. So what we're looking at here, we have got the Megaman Legacy Collection on Steam. Now, I'm quite looking forward to playing through these. Now, the first set of videos will obviously be Legacy Collection 1, then it'll be Collection 2, and following that, in I think it's July, there's the Megaman X Legacy Collection, which I'm really looking forward to, because Megaman X 1, 2 and 3 were probably some of the best games, favourite games. Megaman X 8 I did like, 7 not really a favourite, but not a fan. Not many other people were a fan of that one either, to be honest. But in terms of the original Mega Man games, Mega Man 1, I always found it to be the hardest one of the lot, because you're missing the add-ons, the extras, the helpful items that help you go through the game and stuff like that. There's some really strange ones in Mega Man 2, which they're still helpful though. Then you got the Rush ones that came in Mega Man 3, and the slide ability that was missing. It's missing for the first two games. And the first game there's no E-tanks or anything, it's just like that. But the second one there was E-tanks, which probably why it was a little easier. On the second one there is a difficulty level change to do hard, but I'm not doing it. I'm just doing normal. Just going through the different settings here. The third one, you've got E-tanks. You also have to fight the Mega Man 2 bosses in that one, third one as well. They kind of put more story in the end of Mega Man 2 and the beginning of State Mega Man 2. In Mega Man 3 there is a story, but you don't really get to see it, apart from Proto Man popping in and out, and then you see a bit at the end. The story doesn't probably start kicking in until 4, Mega Man 4. But in Mega Man 1, classic games, what got me into it, there's a few horrible stages which I hate, and there's a few bosses that do my head in. The yellow demon one, whatever they call it, is possibly the worst boss in the entire series for me. I hate that boss. But anyway, I mean, the game itself was good. Mega Man 2, really enjoyable. 3 is really enjoyable. 4, brilliant. 5, I think I've only ever played 5 once in my life, because by the time 5 and 6 come out, I'd actually lost interest. I've been playing other games at that point. Playing 6 is going to be a new one for me. That's going to be a new, interesting take on it. Because after 5, I think I didn't play it again until Mega Man 7 and 8 came out. So I mean, I'm looking forward to playing 6. There's one bit of Mega Man 7 or 8 which is a bit of a grind. You're getting those little bolt things. It's against currency almost to get upgrades. That takes forever. I'm not looking forward to that bit. But that's like a few videos down the road. But so 7 and 8 come out. I played them, enjoyed them thoroughly, and then obviously now there's 9, 10, and soon 11. I'm really looking forward to 11. 11 looks really nice. It does look nice. I've heard a rumour that there's no charge shot ability like the Mega Buster that came in Mega Man 4, and she's been in most of the games since that point. There's only 3 games that didn't have it originally, but I've heard that it's not in 9 or 10. I'm hoping that's wrong, because that's gonna be a bit crap. I don't quite understand also why they went back to the old 8-bit design for 9 and 10. I'll be honest, I have no idea why they did that. They should have just continued with what they were doing with the with the graphics. improvements that they put in place, because the game still is great. I mean, you get to Mega Man 11 and they've improved the graphics and it just looks a dream. It looks really cool. It looks like a good job with it. But anyway, here we go with Mega Man 1. Now, I'll give you guys a bit of a head up as well now. While I was doing the initial recording for this, there was a big bit of the game that got missed because the recording, for some reason, I was using the NVIDIA experience software. I did the recording with that and it missed a big chunk of the game out, which did annoy the crap out of me. But I've got the essentials. I've got like the boss stages, and I've got some of the final bosses, and I've got the stage. I've got it when you go through all the bosses at the end, and obviously Dr. Wily himself. Right, now I think, I'm trying to remember the order for this. I did it was Bomb Man, is it Guts Man, Cut Man, Elect Man, Ice Man, Fire Man. I think that was the order. Now that's a bit of a weird order if you think about it, because Bomb and Guts, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Guts, yeah, hard. Cut, yeah, cut and break, yeah, rock, paper, scissors, basically. Bomb breaks rock, rock breaks scissors, scissors beats electricity instead of paper. Never mind. And then you got electricity breaks ice. I can see how that happens, but it doesn't make sense still. But then you've got ice breaks fire. That one doesn't make sense to me. These blue things basically just get you bonuses for points at the end of the level, so this is clear score thing. Not really important, but I decided to just give it a shot, because I don't remember actually paying much attention to that when I played through the game originally, back on the NES, but yeah, I'll just go through it. Try and get some extra lives and stuff as well. More than maybe the extra lives. Yeah, it's a tad boring because I'm just back and forth doing this, but yeah, can't talk it. Other Mega Man games I enjoy playing. I've played through the Mega Man 0 games. I've done 3 of them. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 of them, it's been a while. I did those. I did find the story there quite good. There's a few gaps in the Mega Man series which has always annoyed me in terms of the progression of the story. I mean, the Battle Network game I personally think was a complete waste of time. Possibly the only way I can see the story fitting in is he's got this whole thing with Mega Man Z with the cyber elves and whatever, and the network and everything, cyberspace. Since the network wouldn't dive into that a bit, I'm assuming that that could be the link with the story with cyberspace and the Mega Man Battle Network, because it could be created and set up with the base there for that. Okay, now in Mega Man, with regards to Mega Man and Mega Man X, you've got the big question: what on earth happens to Mega Man at the end of the Mega Man series? I've seen a few videos online. Some of the theories are that Mega Man himself decides, after losing the battle with Zero, and somehow managing to get Zero sealed away, possibly because of Proto Man. I'm assuming Proto Man may have got in there, self-destructed or something, brought the house down on Zero, not defeated him, and then dragged, one of the other robots could have dragged or your base could have dragged away Megaman back to safety. All the other possibilities that base in a mood could have blown up the place and just brought the house down around zero. Proto Man could have come and rescued him, and then eventually Proto Man would have just, been Mega Man X's guardian for a while and died or something. So there's like, that's one possibility. The other possibility is that X was created and Mega Man was still out there. There's always a possibility that Mega Man could run into X at a later date. There's all these different theories. Bearing in mind that Mega Man in, I think it was Mega Man 7, basically threatens to kill Dr. Wily and fails. It could be that Dr. Wily's like pissed off and is right, Zero, go kill him. I mean, I think it's a cutscene in one of the other Mega Man games. It's 4? It's some nightmares or something that Zero has. Now, it's possible that basically Zero wakes up, completely trashes Mega Man, and you could have Proto Man sealing him still from self-destructing or whatever. Or you could have base self-destruction and taking the building down on Zero. And Proto Man could have also had a fight, slowed him down or whatever while the base was trying to take him out. And he could have gone back and told Dr. Light what happened and died. Zero would have been sealed away, they would have been able to tell Dr. Light what happened. They're all dead. And Mega Man X would have been created because Dr. Wily was like, well, hang on, let's make something that can feel and make its own decisions. But Mega Man could have been classed as a failure because he wasn't supposed to make his own decisions, and he pretty much went maverick. So there's loads of different theories about what could happen. What do you guys think? What would be your best sort of thoughts on it? Would you have it like, Mega Man, after being so good for ages, goes maverick and tries to kill Dr. Wily and Zero kills him? Or would you rather have it that Mega Man gets into a fight with Zero and gets trashed and gets retrieved by Proto Man or base, and the other one blows up and seals him in? And then he becomes X. Right, just letting you know what I'm doing here, it's kind of almost like a cheat, so not quite, because it's using the capabilities of the game. I just saved because it's quite often in places like where you do dodgy jumps and you got bosses, mobs coming on and you slip up and die, can't you? It's a bit of a mistake, but just quickly, this is a bit of a weird one. This is kind of like a bug. I mean, if you had like Rush Coil or something, this would work out cool, but got the extra life. Go back. Now, if you could get just far enough on the edge, turn around and go back again. I'll try to do it, but I can't mess up here. Yeah, it's not gone far enough. But yeah, never mind. Yeah, there's a life, it's back again. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so. Oh, boss time. Careful going down here. Oh. Yeah, oh, never mind. He'll die this time. So yeah, you've got all these different possibilities of what happens to Mega Man. I mean, the one I like is that he gets, or the one I prefer, sorry, he gets into a fight with Zero, and Zero basically mops the floor with him, but before Zero can kill him, the fight gets interfered with by Proto Man, and then while Proto Man's trying to slow him down, Base comes in and blows the place up. But Base sort of takes him down by self-destructing, not defeating, just blows the base up, and Proto Man, damaged, drags Mega Man back to Dr. Light, and he's beyond repair. So Mega Man, well, Dr. Light kind of decides to replace Mega Man. Kind of takes his control chip or memory, brain, whatever, and just decides to develop it a bit more. But has to obviously wipe it. It's just like a starting point, or maybe just says, right, okay, Mega Man's dead. I have to make Mega Man X to replace him or something like that. I know it's a bit one of those. Yeah, don't spend too much more talking about it, but you get the idea. There's loads of different theories out there depending on what happens. This bit. This part of the game, I hate. Mega Man's a game's classic. I hate this bit because of the jumps. See the gaps? You've got to try and jump and survive. I found a way of doing it. From what I remember doing it, you have to completely miss out the middle section altogether. You jump, and then you time your jumps, as you see. Yeah. That's going to happen a few times. I do get across eventually though, I do. I proper hate this one. Come on. I think the reason why I missed so much of the game out is simply because the amount of times I had to press pause and save and load. See, I did it there time, but in reality I'd actually done that a lot more than 3 times. That wasn't my third pass, that was like, I lost count. Yeah, but because I've been starting and stopping the recording so often, you get the idea. I think I must have annoyed the software or something, the Nvidia software, and it just recorded a whole load of nothing at one point. It did record, but when it finished, this file was something like 0 kilobytes in size, and I was just like, that's not right, it should be like nearly a couple of gig or something. But yeah, it's frustrating. So the rest of the game is cool, it's straightforward, it's easy, it's no real problem. Moving forward, I think it actually saves before each boss and start of every level and the end of every level, I think. When this game first came out, there was no real take on the story. The story just wasn't there. I hate this guy. In many of the Mega Man games, there's always like a hard boss, or not boss, like robot before the boss. which was always a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm going to be a bit of to and fro in here, is because I want to go into this boss with at least some more health, because the boss himself is a pain in the ass. It's an easy enough boss if you time the jumps right. Speaking of which, I don't know if anyone else has probably, hopefully when we get to it, someone else can point it out. During when I did the recording for Megaman 3, there was a lot of latency. So if anyone else has played Megaman 3 on Steam and they've had latency, please let me know, I'm curious to find out. For Megaman 1 and 2, nothing, no latency, smooth as can be, perfect. Which of the Mega Man games, original Mega Man games, would you say was your guys' favourite? The one, well, the two that I played the most, I think were Mega Man 3 and 4. I think the one I played, the single one I played the most was 3. I loved the whole thing, Proto Man, wicked. Really enjoyed it. I think out of the original 6 games, bearing in mind I've not played 6, so out of the first 5 games, I think Mega Man 4 would have to be my favourite. 4 then 3, then 5, then 2 and 1. I think that's how I'd play it out. Now, then you got Mega Man 7 and 8. I did like 7. And I did like 8. I didn't particularly like the old evil energy thing they kept on pushing. I think that was in 8. They're just constantly going on about that evil energy, you know. The voice actor for that robot, the alien robot's a bit weird. If I was to compare series, I think Mega Man X would definitely be my favourite out of the X and Mega Man 1. Yeah, I mentioned earlier about those obviously big gaps in the stories and stuff. There's a gap in the story from Mega Man 1 to X, as I've already mentioned. There's another gap between X and Mega Man 0. Because there's this whole thing they reflect on about the Elf Wars. They've got these cyber elf things. I mean, the story could potentially go Mega Man, and then in between Mega Man and Mega Man X you could have Battle Network, and then you could have the other one. Was it Exy or something? I'm not sure if it's the same one or something. That one after sort of thing. It's but basically what I'm trying to get at is there could be some basic thing there with about cyber technology advancements or whatever. And this boss go down. So it's all about timing. Yeah, that's good, man. Stage, hard, boss. Yeah, semi difficult. Not that bad. Right, yeah, but basically this whole thing, they keep this artificial things called cyber elves that were created, Mother Elf or whatever, and apparently that single-handedly kind of controls, prevents the spread of infection of the Sigma virus, which was originally carried by Zero. just one of them. So, yeah. But basically, there's this guy called Dr. Weil. Yeah, Weil, Wiley, different spelling, same name. So, he basically corrupts this elf thing. And yeah, it turns into this elf wars. Megaman seals it, and Megaman X seals it away, the dark elf thing, whatever it is. And Zero gets basically, I think he volunteers to get shut down or something. I'm not too sure. And he basically gets woken up, but he's in a different body. He's like his original body is corrupt, and he's got his fake body. He has to fight himself, and then it goes on from there. And eventually they defeat like Dr. Weil. I'm not entirely sure who Dr. Weil actually is. I mean, I keep thinking to myself, wouldn't it be funny if Dr. Weil was actually the brain of Dr. Wily in a jar? Yeah, he's a robot or cyborg. He had a feeling that Zero's going to kill him, and he just basically put his head in a jar. Interesting theory. It could be something completely different. It could be like Wily's son, or just a coincidence with naming, because they can't be imaginative. Anyway, so that's that. And then there's like another jump, which they've tried to fill. I think it's Megaman ZX. And there's a prequel to ZX as well, which is supposed to fill the gap between, it's obviously Zero and ZX. But yeah, there's too many. There's a pattern. This is what I'm trying to get at. There's a pattern. There's gaps in the story. Then there's a massive gap afterwards between Mega Man ZX and Mega Man Legends. But I kind of got the idea where they were going with it, to be honest with you. There's like a massive gap, and it's like robots are basically destroying humans, locking them up almost. The humans escaped, and they basically lived on a spaceship or something like that. I can't remember exactly all the details, but yes, yeah, it's just, the story on the whole is actually very big and detailed throughout all of them, but there's just too many gaps. The most talked about one is obviously between Mega Man and Mega Man X. As dark as it may sound, people want to see what happens to Mega Man. They want to see if he gets completely smashed up by Zero. They want to see what the real difference between X and Zero is. Sorry, X and Mega Man is. Sorry. Is there a difference? Is it the same robot upgraded? Is it a completely different robot to someone else? Yeah, you get the idea. People want to see that, and I'd like to see that. Anyway, I waffled on there about different things, but in terms of the story, okay, let's talk about the story about Mega Man itself now. Okay, so Mega Man 1. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light were friends. They both graduated at the Robotics Institute. It's quite funny because it's like MIT, but it's RIT. Yeah. But anyway, they were geniuses. They both developed different things. It's like there's a lot of interesting technology and stuff that Dr. Wily was working on. Dr. Light was really good with AI and sort of advanced technology for robots and stuff. So they made the first set of robots to help mankind with various tasks, which, yeah, would be considered like hard and difficult for people to do, or challenging or dangerous. So they then made Proto-Man, which had the first advanced AI, and they were planning, for him to be the first robot that could think and make decisions. Obviously, he made a decision, alright. He left. And they were like, oh well, back to the drawing board. And they then designed the household robots, which they imaginatively called rock and roll. Basically, Dr. Wily didn't like that. He messed around with the AIs of the robots and pretty much made first robots to cause havoc. They basically did a lot of damage, a lot of destruction, caused a lot of problem, almost held the world to ransom. But there's these rules of robotics. Now, as you see as you go through the story, Dr. Wily actually still sticks to those laws. So a robot cannot kill a human. It must protect itself while not putting others in danger or whatever. It can't save itself while putting others in danger or something like that, and it can't. I can't remember the exact rules, but it's something along these lines anyway. I'll have to look it up at some point. Cannot harm people, cannot kill people, must protect themselves, but not while putting people at risk. Megaman, one of the most legendary, iconic robots from the series. So everyone who's played a Mega Man game knows who Cutman is. It's like, yeah, come on. Anyway, so these robots will reprogram to start doing damage. They don't actually kill any people though. Now, Mega Man defeats them and then goes on to defeat Dr. Wily. And then in Mega Man 2, Dr. Wily creates 8 robot masters of his own. Sends them out after Mega Man to destroy Mega Man. That's the whole point of them. They want to destroy Mega Man. And he defeats them and beats Dr. Wily again. Dr. Wily tries to trick him into thinking he's an alien and gets beaten. That's pretty much the whole story for Mega Man 2. It's like very simple. It's like, we're going to kill you, Mega Man. It's like, yeah, alright then. Oh wait, I've defeated you. Bye, see you there. Mega Man 3, there's this thing about these power crystals, and these robots were supposed to be harvesting whatever. They take the crystals for themselves, and they basically hold the world to ransom. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light come up with a plan, and they were developing a robot called Gamma, which was supposed to destroy these things, or basically stop any further damage, or like save the world almost. Something far more powerful than Mega Man. Mega Man defeats them, encounters Proto-Man, his brother, and then takes on the Robot Masters, defeats them. Proto-Man eventually starts helping him a little bit in Mega Man 3, then he realises that Dr. Wily's behind it all, goes on to defeat Gamma, goes on to defeat Dr. Wily, and to me he almost looks like he tries to kill him, but he doesn't. He's about to just do something or arrest him or whatever, and you then get Proto-Man comes in and saves Wily basically, and I'll see you in the Mega Man 3, sorry. So that's basically the story of the first 3 games. Now, Mega Man 4 the story kicks in properly, but I'll talk about the story from 4 onwards when we get there. I don't remember much about the story about number 5. I don't know the story about number 6. All I do know about number 6 is that's the only one where Dr. Wily gets arrested and thrown in jail. And that's where Megaman 7 kicks in with a breakout. But yeah, that's basically the whole thing there. I think that's when you first encounter Treble and Bass as well, actually, Megaman 7 if I'm not mistaken. Right. What I'm doing here now on the Megaman, there's this thing about a magnet weapon which I'm trying to get some. It's really helpful item, really helpful, especially when the levels progress and you go through the game progressing. There is magnet weapon. It's like a bonus weapon for you in the game. Because this was the only game as well when there was only 6. Like Megaman 1 was the only game in the series where there was only 6 robot masters. Megaman 2 had 8, and that basically set a new precedent. It's like, okay, we're going to have 8 on all of them. Even in Megaman X, it's still there. 8 robot masters. They stick with the formula, 8 robot masters. Although in Megaman 2, you had 8 robot masters, and then you had 4 stages of 2 bosses, which are revisit stages you've already cleared, and you've got to basically kill the bosses from Megaman 2. So technically there's actually 16 robot masters, but you don't get any powers of the 4. So the 8 older ones in Megaman 2. 3, sorry. Yeah, Megaman 3. So maybe I feel like confused. My bad. Megaman 3 is the one where you get to fight the other robot masters from Megaman 2. That's it, sorry. The music score in this game is awesome. Megaman 2 I think had the best music score, especially the final stages. It was really good. Megaman 3's music score, some of it is okay, most of it is not okay, it's a bit pants really. Like the music score for Megaman 4 was, I'm sorry, actually really good anyway. The music score for 4 was brilliant. Oh, it's a jumpy boss, mini boss type bad guy. You can kill him if you know what you're doing. I just don't have the patience for it. Right. Megaman, this guy can kill you in 1 or 2 hits at full health. I'll actually go up there, just so I get like a save point that recovers me at the beginning of this section of the entrance to his base, and I'm actually going to just die basically. Because there's nothing to fight or kill. Yeah, there's nothing to fight or kill around here to get your health back. Energy, sorry. Oh, it reminds me, there's another game as well in the series which takes place somewhere around the Megaman, the original Megaman series, which is the Megaman and Bass game. Here we go, watch this. I've only got 2 health anyway, but it's going to be 1 blast, I'm dead. Boom, dead. Told you. Right, you basically play through the game fighting all these different robot masters, and you go up against a robot called King. I think it was originally a Game Boy game, and then they remade it. But King was like the ultimate robot made by Dr. Wily, which could think and make its own decisions. I think that laid down the groundwork because he actually betrayed Dr. Wily. I think that lays down the groundwork for Zero. Obviously base as well. Rolling cutters. Yeah, basically if you combine base with king, that's a good blueprint for Zero. Come on, Iceman. Yay! Every time I hear that name, Iceman, it reminds me of Top Gun. Iceman. Now, this video I'm actually going to cut into two. I'm acutely aware we've got the last 5 minutes. I think I'll get this box down anyway. The full recording is an hour 21 minutes, but I had the issue a little while ago with my World of Warcraft series when I tried doing the first impressions of World of Warcraft Battle of Azeroth Alpha. Well, the video cut short after about 45 minutes or something. I actually don't know why. Because the account's upgraded to a point where I can have a maximum of 128 gig, and it cut short. The theory which a friend of mine who's into basically theatre audio setups and stuff like that, he pointed out it could be down to audio copyright for the game, or the game soundtrack or something like that. Even though if you go to the terms and conditions of that game, it says, you know, you can use the game and including, you know, audio, so on and so forth for your recordings and footage. Yeah, you're allowed to do it. It cut short. It really annoyed me. So I basically split the video into two. And pretty much just to make sure that that doesn't happen again, I am going to cut this video in half as well. Yeah, just to save me a annoyance or frustration. So, give it another couple of minutes and I'm going to have to end the video and resume in a few minutes. Because I'm doing this back to back still, so I'm going to upload both videos this weekend. It's 2018, and believe it or not, it's 3:48 in the morning, Father's Day. Yeah, I'm basically doing all the recording and editing now. I'll get to a lion tomorrow. Cool. And the kids are making me cards and breakfast in bed. And I'm going to be doing the uploading to YouTube after that. And then spending, while that's uploading, it takes hours to upload both the videos. I'm going to be spending the rest of the day with my lovely Mrs. Nat. These jump blocks are annoying. There's two jump block sections in this game. Personally, I feel this is probably the hardest one of the two. There's much harder jump block sections in Megaman 3, but they didn't seem anywhere near as hard as this, even with the fan thing kicking in, which is a pain in the ass. These fans that suck or blow you in certain directions. Here we go, this one is all done. This section here is actually easier, a lot easier. It's all down to timing, but it's the timing patterns are easier. I get to the point on the video, I think, when I'm past this bit. Get past this. But if we can get past this, then stop. Yeah, they're a good place to do it, actually. Pattern is easy, all down to timing. There, see? And there we have it. Right, so that's redone for now, and I'll be back shortly.